Okay, we're gonna make some I'm waiting for you to be quiet so I can restart. Yeah, I am. Okay, we're gonna make some chopped liver, and here we got about 3 pounds of chicken livers and 8 eggs that have been hard boiled. I got a couple tablespoons of chicken schmaltz, which is the you take the chicken skin and render it down to get the chicken fat, and then a couple of onions that have been slivered. So we're going to get started here. I'm going to turn around, I'm going to put the chicken schmaltz in the pan, and then I'm going to saute the onions, and then when they get soft I'm going to add the livers. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm continuing to saute the onions. Want to get a little color on them, get them softened. And I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. Okay, these are starting to soften up now. So I'm going to go ahead and add the livers. Turn up the heat. And I'm just going to leave the onion underneath there so it can continue to cook a little bit. Then I'll go ahead and cover this and let it steam, and I'll be back. Okay, so it's been sauteing about 5 minutes, and we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to turn it over now. See, the onions are starting to get some color. They don't take very long to cook. So we'll let this go another 5 minutes, and I'll be back. So now, there's a lot of liquid in here. So I'm going to uncover it, and I'm going to let all this water evaporate. And I'm also going to add a little bit of beef broth to give it a little bit more flavor. About half a cup or so. At this point, give it some more salt and a little more pepper. It's all about layering the flavors. And if you don't cook with salt or anything, you add it at the end, it really makes a difference. It doesn't taste as good. And if you want it to be the best you'll ever taste, you got to do it this way. Okay, so I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to let this reduce down a little bit in the pan here. And then I'll show you the next step. I got this bowl here because this pan is cheap and it doesn't want to sit level. So I'll be back in a minute. At this point, it's had a chance to, liquid's reduced a little bit, so now the livers are cooked. It's been about 15 minutes. I'm going to take it off the burner, let it cool, and then I'll reset and show you the next step. I'll be back. Okay, so I took the liver out of the pan and I put it in the colander. Let all this juice drain out of there. And we're going to do, run it through the meat grinder. With our eggs. And we're going to see how that looks. So I'm going to turn this on and run it through. Uh-oh.
What the hell? What the hell? The whole block. Outside. Everybody. How come my computer's still on? Is your computer on?
Battery backup.
Oh.
Awesome.
No, it's not.
Ow.
Hold on.
Oh, shh.
That was really weird, but the power went off for an hour and a half. Okay, so now we're on the next stage of making the chopped liver. So I got my KitchenAid out with the grinder attachment, and I got the small blade on there. So this has had a chance to cool off, and I put it in the refrigerator a little bit because it's always a good idea when you're grinding meat to have it cold. So I'm going to run this through, and I'm going to run the eggs through, and then we'll finish it up. into this bowl. And it's going to be, at this point, it's going to be loose. So the next step, I'm going to send 2 sheets of matzah through to clean out the cutters. Got the rest of the meat out, so I'll add that in. Now I'm going to take, I've reduced down the cooking liquid, and I got about a half a cup of that, so I'm going to pour that in here. Oh yeah. And now I'll mix it up. And now it's coming together. See how it's coming together now? Now it's more of a paste. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and taste it. Needs a bit of salt. Oh, that's good. Put about a heaping teaspoon of salt in there. Oh yeah, the salt's right there. So the way I like to eat this is, I made a challah and the power went out, but it looks alright. But I like to eat this on a Ritz cracker with some fresh ground pepper. So let me get some of that and I'll show you how it tastes. Okay, so the way I like to eat this, spread some on a Ritz cracker. Put a ton of black pepper on it. Wow. It's amazing how the onion and the egg and everything, when you run it through the meat grinder, it's a whole different experience than when you beat the hell out of it in a food processor and make pate out of it. But that is the best you'll ever taste. Wow.